What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below as it's completely free to do so. All you got to do is click the subscribe button. And remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as always, thanks so much for hitting the like button as well. We got a lot to talk about here today. New $2,000 stimulus checks have been announced here for millions of Americans. And I'm going to show you a news clip right here on the screen, actually announcing it. That's right. And just so you guys know it's true here. And if you guys have been watching my channel here, literally by the day, we have more and more of these coming out here for more Americans. Hope you guys have been watching my channel here. By the day, we have more and more states doing this. It's actually pretty exciting to see and to see more and more states pretty much every couple days here doing this. The latest inflation numbers are out here for the United States, and they're not good. Remember that February's numbers were the highest in around 40 years, and that was 7.9% year over year. And now March's numbers are in, and they're even worse, as gas prices have been just out of control. And March's numbers are now in at 8.5% inflation year over year. Yeah, you can see here slightly worse than expected, actually, and the highest since 1981. Yeah, that was actually the year I was born. Yeah, I'm 41 years old. And trust me, that's not a good thing. Trust me, I feel young. But in this case, with inflation, it's not a good thing at all. It's the highest inflation since December of 1981. Yeah, surging food, energy, and shelter costs helped account for the gain. And real worker earnings have fallen by 0.8% because during the month, the cost of living has outpaced otherwise strong pay gains. So, a lot of workers are actually getting raises. We're seeing this around the country because just to help keep up with inflation. And remember that also Social Security got everybody underneath Social Security umbrella, SSI, SSDI, VA, RRB, everybody got their annual cost of living raised this year 5.9%. Same thing though, it's not keeping up with inflation now here in 2022 is worse than that. So in March it was 8.5%, and your 5.9% cost of living is outpacing that, and to make matters worse is that this is why I've sent out the tweets to Congress here. Check this out. This is totally relevant, and you'll understand what I mean if this affects you, and this affects millions of people. Yeah, you can see this tweet that I sent out to several representatives of Congress here before. Millions of people on SNAP, food stamp benefits, that are actually set to expire here. Extra food stamp benefits are set to expire here on April 15th. Um, that's right, unless the president extends them. I just did a recent video on that, by the way. I'll link you to that here at the end of this video if you're not aware of that. Millions of people on SNAP had their benefits reduced because of the COLA raise from the Social Security raise, the cost of living adjustment. This is crazy. We need a bill to change this introduced now. Let's make this change. Let's get a bill introduced to do this. And I tagged a bunch of senators and representatives, Senator Bernie Sanders, Senator Elizabeth Warren, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, AOC Representative Corey, Senator John Larson, and Ron Wyden, Vice President, and the President here. A bunch of different people here on this, and I've also sent out the tweets here for stimulus as well. Like this one, you can see here. There is $800 billion of stimulus money already approved that is just sitting there, left over from the past three stimulus packages. Some money from former President Donald Trump's stimulus packages, and some money from President Biden's stimulus packages. There's $800 billion of stimulus money that's already approved that is leftover stimulus money that is sitting there. You could use half of the money to send a fourth stimulus check out to people in need now. This will not add debt or inflation because it's already been appropriated. It's already been money that has been approved, allocated, and appropriated. If you kind of understand that, it's money that's already basically on the books. It's already allocated, appropriated, and basically added to the debt. So it basically wouldn't be money that would need to be printed, added to the debt, or added to inflation because it's basically already accounted for. So they could basically just send this out. They could kind of do what former President Donald Trump did with his executive order, where he took leftover stimulus money. It was in the disaster relief fund, and he did an executive order with money, billions of dollars that was sitting in the disaster relief fund, and did an executive order and sent that money out to millions of Americans with six stimulus checks, six weekly checks that went out to millions of Americans through his executive order. And he did that because there was money that was already approved, already allocated by Congress. So it had to be approved by Congress already, which is exactly what this money is. It's leftover stimulus money from stimulus package 1, 2, and 3. Okay. It's already approved. It's just sitting there, $800 billion of this money. Okay. And former President Donald Trump said, okay, I'm going to basically reallocate it because it's already been passed by Congress, and I'm going to send that out for millions of Americans for unemployment stimulus checks or bonus checks or whatever you want to call it, because that money was already passed by Congress and it was in the disaster relief fund. And he basically did an executive order to just reallocate it. Okay. And there were some people saying, well, we're not sure if you could do this through executive order or not. But I remember reporting this to you guys at the time, and I said the Democrats would be crazy. Again, I'm not from the Democrat, I'm not from the Republicans. I just kind of look at things from a realistic point of view. I consider myself a realist. Um, and I said the Democrats would be crazy to challenge former President Donald Trump, especially right before the election. This was, I don't know, like a month or two before the 2020 election at this point. And I said they would be crazy to do this. They would, this would cause millions of people to not get those checks. They could challenge him in a court of law and send it up to the Supreme Court, but they didn't, and millions of people got those checks. So that's exactly what the president could do, or they could do it through Congress or something like that. But there is $800 billion of leftover stimulus money just sitting there. Okay. Or they could use that money for the next stimulus package, the reconciliation package, or something like that. But this is money that they can use. They could repurpose it for a stimulus check. They could use it for an executive order or something like that. But this is money that is sitting there, and they are going to use it at some point. The question is when, how, and what for. But make no mistake, it's sitting there, and they are going to use it at some point. The question is, as I said, when, how, and what for. And because it's an election year, this is really big stuff here. So I'll keep you up to date on that, but don't forget it's sitting there. I get questions about that. what's going on with it. And nobody's talked about it here recently. You do kind of hear there was a recent thing where they were talking about some COVID stimulus, which is a little bit different. It's not really stimulus; it's virus aid, and it's money for the virus, really. Like vaccines and stuff like that. But let's move on to some more important news. Here we go. Also, very briefly, I just want to point this out here because I just want to be fair to everybody, just so everybody's in the same boat when they know this. Inflation is very bad all over the world. Here are some headlines, okay? United Kingdom inflation hits a 30-year high of 7% as energy prices surge. This is literally published April 13th today, okay? The United Kingdom is dealing with 30-year high inflation as well. Canada inflation rates surged to a fresh 30-year high. China inflation tops forecasts as supply pressures worsen. This is 2 days ago, and there actually um, is 8.3% inflation year over year on their PPI, which is producer price index. Okay, so they're at 8.3%. Canada's at 7%. Um, so you can see, and China's at 8.3%, 7.9% in another inflation rate, and 8.8% in February. So you can see here UK is at 7%. Canada, I don't have the inflation rate here right in front of me, but they're at a 30-year high. But you can see here, I just want to show you guys this because, in all fairness, I get a lot of comments of, all this is Joe Biden's fault. All this is Joe Biden's fault. And I just want to be fair to everybody. And I want to show people these headlines here so everybody is kind of aware of this stuff because you can just Google this stuff and just see that this inflation is going on everywhere. United Kingdom, 30-year inflation high. Canada, 30-year inflation high. China, 8.8 inflation high. It's literally in pretty much every country around the world. Okay? So let's be realistic, guys. Again, I was just kind of defending Trump there a second ago. Now I'm kind of defending Biden here. I'm not from either team, but you got to be realistic here. Inflation is in every country around the world. The price of oil and the price of gas is sky high everywhere around the world. It's a global issue. Food prices have just hit a world high. They're the highest they have ever been in the entire world. Food and gas, they're the highest they've ever been ever for the world. It's not really a Biden issue, a Democrat issue, or Republican issue. And I get that one party wants to blame the other party, et cetera, et cetera. I get that one party wants to say that the other party could have done this, the other party could have did that. And I get that there's things that Biden could do, and I get that there's things that Trump could have did. And in a perfect world, there's always things that each president could do better. Absolutely. Are there things that Trump could do? Former President Donald Trump could have did better? Absolutely. Are there things that Biden could do right now to lower the price of gas? Absolutely. Uh, Neither of them are perfect. So I'm going to get comments like that. Jimmy, don't you think that Biden could do this, that, and the other thing with the pipelines and stuff to lower the price of gas? Absolutely. But remember that pipelines don't even produce gas. Just so when you mention like the Keystone pipeline, remember that first of all, the Keystone pipeline isn't even finished. It was never even finished. It was about 8% finished. Secondly, the Keystone pipeline is a pipeline. It doesn't even produce oil or gas. It just pipes it, just so everybody's kind of aware on that. Okay, and then the other argument I see there is that like oh, we can ship oil down from Canada, but just so everybody's aware on this, the national average of the price of gas here in the United States is 409. Again, it's coming down really slowly here. 409 US dollars, of course. The price of gas in Canada is $5.60 when you convert it to US dollars in gallon. So Canada actually pays more money per gallon, significantly more money per gallon. Okay, so buying cheaper gas from Canada is a hoax because their gas is actually more money than ours. Okay, our national average is 409. Their national average is 560. I mean, you can see it right here. And again, just to kind of show you, like for example, the United Kingdom, yeah, you could see here the price of gas in the United Kingdom equated to US dollars for a gallon is $8.01 a gallon. Yeah, and remember, our national average is 409 right now. Of course, it fluctuates a little bit, but theirs is $8.01. So remember, things are a lot actually worse in a lot of other areas of the world. Now, remember, things, of course, could always be better here in the US, but this is what people don't really realize is that inflation and the price of gas and the price of food is really bad all around the world. The world. But the cool thing right now is that we have both lawmakers in Congress and lawmakers on the state level pushing for new rounds of stimulus checks, tax relief, property tax relief, new SNAP benefits, all sorts of new things. Here's the latest one. Hopefully, you caught my video from last night where I had multiple different states uh, updates on state stimulus checks here. I'll link it to that video if you didn't. But here's the newest one for $2,000. Check this one out from the state of Pennsylvania. This is a good one. And then we'll talk about some more states here. Check this one out.
Nick and Candace, good evening. We all could use some extra dollars right about now. Governor Wolf is looking to spend some cash before it's sent back to Washington, D.C. Harrisburg is sitting on $1.7 billion from the American Rescue Plan, and the governor has a plan of his own.
It includes $500 million for the Pennsylvania Opportunity Program. It's going to do one simple thing: put $2,000 directly into the pockets of Pennsylvanians.
It'd help a lot because I just retired and I don't get much of a pension. So $2,000 it takes a little bit to keep this house going.
Gary Lewis says he is excited about the news and it will help the senior citizens and everyone with a household income of $80,000 or less.
We get a fixed income. So, for us, it'd be help in the pocket.
It's the pandemic. It's hurting everybody from, gas prices going up to food prices going up. Everybody and anybody's suffering all around from it.
Governor Wolf is looking at his plan as a reset button from the pandemic. Wolf's $1.7 billion proposal will also assist small businesses, property tax relief, healthcare system, and conservation, preservation, and revitalization of Pennsylvania communities.
It might help, bring people out of a recession that's going on. It might help with the gas prices to go back down and prices of milk go back down, different things.
Yeah, so you can see here, Pennsylvania Governor Wolf, $2,000 plan could put money in the pockets of Pennsylvanians. Obviously, Pennsylvania is one of the bigger states, a major state with a $2,000 stimulus check proposed directly from the governor, as you heard there directly on the video. Check this out. A proposed plan could send thousands of dollars to Pennsylvania residents. Governor Tom Wolf is looking to spend some cash on the people. Pennsylvania is sitting on $1.7 billion from the American Rescue Plan, and the governor has a plan of his own. Remember that every state got over $1 billion, and pretty much they're all sitting on billions of dollars here in 2022. Most of the states got it at the end of 2021, and now they're basically considering what to do with it here in 2022 and vote on it here in 2022. And as you, I'll link you to a video here that I just did with multiple different other states here: New York, Illinois, California, New Mexico just passed stimulus checks. I'm trying to even think of all the different states. There's multiple different states here that are either passing, announcing a whole bunch of different stimulus checks here, and property tax rebates as well. I'm going to keep you up to date here literally on a daily basis on what the federal government is doing. The federal government has proposed stimulus checks here as well. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has said she actually prefers direct payments, aka a stimulus check, as opposed to pausing the federal gas tax, which is 18.6 cents. She prefers to give out a direct payment to the people, like something like this. Remember the last stimulus check from the government, which was actually from just the Democrats, because not a single Republican voted yes on the third stimulus check. It was passed through the reconciliation process, and not a single Republican vote, and I'm not picking sides here or anything, but not a single Republican voted on it in the House or the Senate. The Democrats passed it on their own, and the Democrats can do that again here this year. Okay, and it's an election year, so they might want to do that. Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema both voted yes on this. Okay, so they can definitely do it again. They did it last year. They can do it again. It included the $1,400 stimulus checks, $1,400 stimulus checks for children, and $1,400 stimulus checks for adult dependents. And it included the child tax credits, which was $250 per month for children ages 6 through 17, which is $3,000 for the year, and $300 per month for children under the age of 6, which was a total of $3,600 for the year for last year for 2021. And right now it's stalled, and they're working with Republicans, possibly Mitt Romney has a bill for actually the same amount for children over the age of 6, and actually more money for children under the age of 6. It's actually $350 per month, which is $4,200. So they could be working with Republicans to possibly pass that for this year, 2022, to get those monthly payments restarted. I'll keep you up to date here on that, as well as a federal stimulus check and all the state stimulus checks. So there could be potentially 2 stimulus checks and the child tax credits being restarted here as well. This Pennsylvania stimulus check includes $500 million for the Pennsylvania Opportunity Program. It's going to do one simple thing: put $2,000 directly into the pockets of Pennsylvanians, said Governor Wolf. It will help senior citizens and everybody with a household income of $80,000 or less. Quote, "We get a fixed income. For us, it will be a help in the pocket. Everybody making less than $80,000 would get this check if passed, or when passed." Governor Wolf is looking at his plan as a reset button from the pandemic. The $1.7 billion proposal will also assist small businesses and property tax relief. So there actually could be an additional check in there for anybody that is a homeowner, and healthcare system conservation, preservation, and revitalization of Pennsylvania communities. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel if you haven't yet. It's completely free to do so, and all you got to do is click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on new videos. And remember, new videos come out here every day on our YouTube channel at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. After clicking the subscribe button down below, then click the bell icon. that is next to the subscribe button. After you click it, it appears so you get reminders when we go live with new videos. You can click here to watch my newest video next, or you can click here to see all the other stimulus checks from other states that were just announced or just passed. I just did a really big video covering that. You should watch that next if you haven't seen it. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.